Open Source Prophetic and Tarot. I hope everyone is doing okay today, and welcome to my channel. I appreciate every single one of you, and I hope things is working out for every single one of you. So my first card is statement of fact, stating information that can be proven. So maybe you are stating information that can be proven, or something that happened to you. Active listening. Listen attentively without judging. So you're someone that listens very attentively without judging. So perspective taking. So you consider other people's point of view. Yes, you're gonna listen, and if it's logical, you're definitely gonna consider it. If it's not, you just let it go, let it be, let it fly. All right, let's pick these. Kindness. So maybe you was giving kindness to this person that you're speaking fact about. You gave compassion to that person, being kind and listen to feeling and understanding other needs. So maybe you did understand their needs, but something happened. So something happened. You had to have a new perspective with them. Maybe you had to forgive them and say sorry. Apparently, courage. So maybe you had the courage to move away, because I'm looking at that picture. It's the back is turned to it. So courage involves making good choices and face your fear. So you had to go through a period of introspection where you had to look within yourself, and you had to examine one own thoughts and feelings. Should statement, placing rules on yourself with should. So maybe you had to set up boundaries. That's how I'm gonna use that. Excuse me. So you had to give yourself self-respect, self-worth, gratitude. So you're someone that's always giving gratitude for things around you or things in general. So maybe you had to self-assert and let this person know that you're not the one and you're not the two, and you communicate your desires clearly. Self-understanding. So you understand oneself and you know who you are. You're someone that is someone that gives self-compassion to others and yourself, but maybe it wasn't reciprocated. So you had to have the motivation to move away and move forward from that energy. Empathy twice. So you're someone that was very empathic and you were able to understand others' feelings. So maybe you was an empath. So you had to grow away from these energy, because these energy wasn't going where you was going. So you had to shift. See, you had to communicate openly and share your thoughts and progress away from this energy in order to become balanced. And this is how you were able to become very happy and becoming contented. You took responsibility for your own action, and you were determined to never give up. But you had to give up and give away to hold your integrity. So maybe self-criticism. Maybe at one point you had self-criticism, focus on flaws, mistakes in yourself. It's normal. We all been through that. So some people want magnification and minimization. So people try to minimize you because they want to downplay you, and they want to downplay the importance of things because they want to feel like they're above you. Yeah, so they'll try to downplay you. Maybe you're someone that's a speaker, someone that's very self-expressive, expressing oneself through words and action. So you might be a speaker. Self-compassion. Did not see that. Maybe they got it twice in the card. I don't know. Being kind and understanding towards oneself. So you had to give yourself self-compassion. Maybe you was very loyal to this person, relationship, friendship, or whoever. You had integrity when it came to them, but they didn't have the same integrity as you. Maybe you gave patience, you gave time. One more. And you was very honest. So you had honest, open communication, but it was not reciprocated along the way. So maybe that's why you had to make your move. All right. So you were someone that was very optimism to move forward. So your patience, you had to let it go. You gave it all the time. It wasn't going where you was going. So you had to let it go and let it be. Releasing attachment and negative emotion. So you had to release what no longer serve you. So maybe your advocacy for yourself, communicating one own needs and rights. So you're standing up for yourself. So you're rewarding yourself. You're giving one self positive reinforcement. So you don't need others to do this for you. You're someone that's very strong and you know how to reinforce things because you're very confident. And you're a very confident person. Sharing. So maybe you're someone that give equal give and take. Sharing is turning in something into, for example, you might share your thoughts with others, sharing great way of friends. So maybe you're someone that's very sharing and caring. So you had to release whatever this was and gain self-worth. Valuing oneself regarding imperfection. So everything doesn't have to be perfect for you, but you value yourself enough to walk away. So maybe someone was mind reading you, assuming you know what others are thinking. You don't know. You don't have to assume. You know when you know. Reframing. Find different way to look at situations. So you have to find a different way to look at the situation. You have to release it and let it be. So you disputation, challenge and debating negative thoughts. So you have to release all that, and you have to have emotional reasoning. You have to reason with yourself logically, and you have to take responsibility and just let it be and just start loving yourself, caring for yourself. Politeness. So you are someone who was very polite, having or showing good manners, being thoughtful or respected for others, saying please, thank you is an example. You are a very reliable person. You are a reliable source. And you're someone that has leadership qualities. And you are someone that gives equality. It doesn't matter the color, whether black or white, you give equality. It doesn't matter. You treat everyone the same, like how they should be treated. So you are someone that gave courage. You had the courage to move away and let it be, because this person has a negative objectivity in mind. They wasn't balanced. Something is seeing things as they are without bias. So someone had a very negative objective towards you. You had to solve the problem by letting it be. Maybe you had to release a commitment that wasn't going where it needs to go. So you had to self-discipline yourself and let it be and start appreciating yourself and using this patience, this time that you was given away for free, and start investing it in yourself, because this person was trying to label, or these people was trying to label a negative attachment to you or towards your name, because they wasn't able to control you or dominate you. Cognitive flexibility, different options and possibilities. So you're someone that has very cognitive abilities. You have different options and possibilities because you are someone that was very optimistic, hopeful, and you're someone that gave gratitude. So with you giving yourself this self-love, self-care and self-worth and self-compassion, this is raising something for you. This is raising your self-awareness. Unreal, ideal. You're not comparing yourself to others who seem better. You just go with the flow and you go with you because you're authentic. Self-esteem. So someone wanted you to feel like you was lower than others and stuff, having confidence and self-worth. So they didn't want you to feel strong. Look at this. They didn't want you to feel strong. They didn't want you to feel like you being your authentic self was the right way. They wanted you to be in this folly of change. They wanted to make you feel like something is wrong, expecting others to change to meet their needs, and you're not gonna meet their needs or their standards. You're not gonna conform to their expectations. So you had to forgive them and let it be. Let go of anger and resentment. And you're someone that doesn't need external validation. So sometimes when you don't need external validation, people think that you're too much, you're too arrogant, you're too this, you're that. No, you know who you are, and you don't need self-approval or praise. You don't need that when you know who you are. Personalization, blaming yourself for things you weren't responsible for. So this is what they want to do, or that's what they are doing to you. So you are doing mindful breathing, just moving away from them, focusing balance, and you're just focusing what you're doing because you're valuing yourself. You're clarifying what matters to oneself. So you had to set boundaries with these people, these places, and these things. You had to set limits for oneself in a relationship or friendship. And you had to be flexible to adjust away from these person, adjusting to new situation and challenges. So whatever challenges they brought to you, you had to set up your boundaries and protect yourself away from this blaming. So they was blaming you for things because you was very assertive. They wasn't able to control you how they would want. So they're shifting responsibility for blaming to others. Assertiveness, you have to express oneself in an open and honest way. So you have to stand up for yourself. Self-respect. So you have to gain self-respect and value yourself and give gratitude for the lessons that you learn from those karmics. And you're open and being receptive to new ideas. So maybe you're doing something new. Thoughts recorded. You're using something that you use in your thoughts, tracking patterns, thinking with a journal. So you're doing something, you're planting some seeds, and whatever you're planting, you're adapting and growing in the face of adversity. So maybe they put you in a box, and the box that they put you in, you're not gonna stay in that box because you know who you are. Stand up respectably, one self-respect. So you have to assert yourself and let them know who you are, because you're an empath. You're very empathic, and you understand and you're sharing the feelings of others. Open source, like, subscribe.